Good morning. Today is day 27 in reality transurfing in 78 days. And it's called Chasing the Reflection, day 27. And I'm having a difficult time with this because I am so outwardly focused on the globe right now. And so yes, chasing the reflection. And so I'm looking at some pendulums that are going on right now, and with this coronavirus fear that is like eking everywhere and going to be magnified. You know, I can kind of see the pattern as it's going to be the thing, and what they're going to do to us as cures is almost worse than the virus itself. And so with me, I need to go from the macro back into my own body and my own life. And so I think this meditation will be focused around kind of looking at the globe and looking at actually how this virus is created or was created, and some intentions of pendulums, possibly kicking a little bit or swaying a little bit away from the pendulums, so that we can get into our world, because from what I'm looking at is this is going to shift a lot of things if we get caught up in the fear and the propaganda, and how they're going to be spraying us with and killing our pets. And you know, I see it as a man-made, on my level is what I'm looking at my world layer, is that this was a man-intentional virus. And so how can we protect ourselves from this exterior virus that is coming to a theater near us? You know, I mean, at least on the propaganda wavelengths and stuff. And so for me today, you know, to just deny that this is going on seems a little denial. You know, I mean, it seems like sometimes we need to look at the problems and address the problems in order to find the solutions. So that's what this meditation is like. He talks about, let me see, in this page, I have to get it up on my computer, the day of chasing the mirror and chasing the reflection. And he talks about the mind every day tries without success to manipulate the reflection in the mirror, when in fact it is the image itself that needs to be changed. And so tear your eyes away from the mirror and let go of the short-sighted intention to turn the world in the direction you want it to go. Purposely send your thought forms out into the world and adopt a positive attitude. So that's where this meditation will be going. I'm not quite sure how to do that at this moment, but let's give it a shot. So come into, and I'm going to call the director's chair actually the center of your, you know, where you make your own room, in the center of your head, kind of at the pineal gland, the pituitary gland. And then you create your own space. So just look at that space and see if there's any other energy that doesn't belong to you in that space, because this is your sacred, neutral kind of room that you can create. And so really you want your own soul energy, kind of, so you can be an independent cell that is a part of the whole, but you want your own, this is your body that you're in. And so just kind of clear it out, and let's clear out the I mean, for in this country, the propaganda is extreme, and it's very difficult to have my best friends being programmed by this propaganda. You know, it's just for me. It's I can't say it's the most difficult time, but it is a challenging time to be working from the level. Sorry, I'm going back on a rant. Working from a psychic or a transurfing level, and then my own little problems in my own life, and so to just get down to clean out my energy from this so that I can be a sovereign creator being on this planet in these troubled times, because it's such a beautiful time and it's such a treacherous time on a lot of different levels, because there's some forces of the pendulums, we'll call them, which are psychopathic in nature. And when you are able and willing to look at these kind of forces that are kind of breathing down our throats, and then for me, my own warped injuries of my whole lifetime and opinions of myself, and to be kind of navigating both worlds and trying to get my own world in order, and going, how dare I even be talking about transurfing when I'm feeling kind of screwed up, you know, just being aware. I mean, when you're a sensitive person, and you're psychically or energetically aware of like patterns that are global, and pretty, it can feel like you have a stone, you know, coming down on your head in a way. So just let's purify our own auras so that we can get a little distance from that. So get back into the center of your head. Take a deep breath and ground, and be aware of any cords, or just look at your energy system. How far out is it? Can it expand a little bit and still feel safe? Can you own your energetics kind of pod around you a little bit more? See if there's any holes, tears, or cords. And for me, I'm seeing a big cord in my third chakra right now that I'm going to remove. And the third chakra is right around the solar plexus in my book. You know, other people say other things, but so a deep breath and remove any cords or any exterior energy coming into you. Any obsessions, maybe, just identify them and just let them move out right now. You can bring them back in after this meditation. I need another deep breath. And release. And let's just put in front of the screen a picture of the earth right now. And just pretend that you can see the earth and that beautiful energy that's coming into the earth. I mean, you can see it kind of like there's almost two different earths. And let's just see the earth, the transformation that is taking place on the planet and wants to take place on the planet right now, and is taking place on the planet. Although if you're listening to the media, listening to the news, involved in the politics, and see, you know, being how our attention is captured, just look at that as another world. So let's just put on our screens two different worlds and ground yourself, ground your body. This is intense work, and I might say, you want to ground your room. Behind you, just be aware, are there any energies moving in, and just ask for, right now I'm going to ask for some help because I'm feeling like I need angelic help. I need help from the divine right now, and that beautiful energy that's coming onto the planet. I need support, and all human beings need support, and all life needs support right now. And just see how the earth doesn't waste us. It's not the intention for us to be in a police state and to have them spraying us with fungicide and pesticide and force vaccinate us and that sort of thing that's breathing down our throats. Just allow that energy to go into this other world, this possibility that they are keeping us afraid of, so that we can't perceive the beautiful light energy that is actually informational energy that will heal us and heal our minds and bodies and souls, and how powerful we are through our thinking. So just allow that dark energy that is keeping us afraid and making us possibly obsessed a little bit about some of the things that's going on, and worried and afraid. Basically, allow that fear to go into that darkened earth and just move all that fear and all the pendulums that are creating these disaster capitalism and all those modulating forces of war and the lies that we are told, and just take a look at how a lie is actually what keeps us. It's almost like the truth is hard to hang on to, and it's the lies that we remember and we think as truth. So just allow any lies and patterns in your own personal life to go into this darkened earth, and just now let's take that darkened earth and pretend that we're shrinking it down and shrinking it down, and it's spinning in a certain direction, and you shrink it, shrink it, shrink it, shrink it until it's just like a little pea-sized earth in front of your screen. And just put an envelope around it of a heart. And send love into that shrunken, dark earth. Just put some love into that. Just send golden energy. And then put it in a balloon, a golden balloon, and just let it go up into the sun, that dark earth. And let the sun absorb it. And swallow it. And take the lessons from that darkened earth and just let it radiate down for food for our souls. Let's do a little bit more work on that global level, and how people who are studying transurfing are probably sensitive people who are made to be the strength on this planet right now to get us into the new paradigm, the new earth, the golden age of where people are back to. We've been in ages of darkness, the patriarchy, and forgetting, like for Christians, they forget the love of Christ and how Christ taught non-judgment and love and power, the ability to walk on water, and he said, I'm a teacher, I want my students to go past me. That's in the Bible. And just how there's so much in dogma and hypocrisy. And just let's look at any hypocrisy in our own lives. And just allow that hypocrisy to be washed away by this golden energy, and just bring some gold energy into the top of your head. Into both sides of your brain, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Especially clean out the right hemisphere, because most of us have been taught to stay in the left hemisphere and forget about how the soul actually communicates in symbols. And once you can see those symbols, you can see how you're manipulated via these symbols, because all humanity has certain symbols. And so, like Hitler did, he tied the swastika, which is actually a really powerful symbol that is used Joseph Campbell would have said it, it's one of those collective symbols. And so Hitler and his handlers use this symbol to control the minds. And so just look at any symbols that you see in your culture that might be controlling you or capturing your thinking. And if there are any that you see, just allow it to go out in a balloon and spin off away. Just spin it away and let it go up into the sun. And ground yourself up through the sun, through the portal of the sun, into what I call the construct of the... And all these are just constructs so that our physical body and our physical mind can use. They're not they represent the truth, but they're not the truth. They're just symbols that we can access so that we can play on this level. So just allow yourself to brush these worries. And I mean, for me, I went to a pretty dark place studying some of the patterns that are going on this earth, and how we're captured as a collective mind. And and it's like being stuck in tar. Get out of that. You try to move in the quicksand and the tar, you're in a tar pit, help. And humor can help, joy can help. And so how can we get into joy right now while we're meditating? Okay, back into the center of your head. Clean out your aura. Bring it up to gold. Bring it up to the most radiant colors that I like to see, the white light refracting, like you're looking into a prison, or 1,000 prisms all around you. Or looking into the water, shining, shimmering in the pathway that goes to the other realms on the water. And sometimes the bigger forces are communicating to us and healing us and wanting us to rise to our highest potentials. And that is through our thinking and through our emotional bodies. So we have to be able to separate from the sphere that's being propagated all around us, because that's how divide and conquer. And when I'm judging other people, I'm also judging myself, and I'm on the pendulum, the same pendulum as them when I'm judging them. And so to come back to the neutral place and allow my soul to come fully into my body and be a radiating force, creating the layer of my world through love and through soul, because if we're using only 5 to 10% of our brain, we have a lot of potential that we can activate right now. If the scientists are telling us that a lot of our DNA is junk DNA, that's a lie, and that DNA can be activated right now. So just imagine that on your screen you see whatever mock-up of a DNA strand that you were trained to believe in. Or if you can morph it into a 12-stranded energetic DNA, that because of our perceptions, our physical perceptions, senses only are on this little string of a band of actually what really is. So just allow that string, that strand to just expand a little bit so that your seventh sense you can actually, through your consciousness, be aware of 12 strands of light and crystalline colors, and just allow that 12-stranded DNA to come into every cell so that you can be a multidimensional human being, affecting true love and light on your layer of the world, which will affect the greater world. So just allow that love to come into your energetic system and into your heart. And it is your heart. And allow your heart to expand a little bit. And as it expands, it just pushes through any barriers, any wounds, and just is like salve on the wounds that life has inflicted on us. And if you're anything like me and you're sensitive to the greater world and kind of obsessed with the greater world, just allow yourself to send total love to that golden planet that's shimmering and has given us so much, and see the animals in the seas recovering, and the consciousness that the earth is, and that the gift that it's given us, and the beauty of nature. See that as healing, as you're healing your own matrix, because we are holograms of the greater whole. And so as we can heal our own bodies through our thinking, and some of us might have to first work on a global level before we can work on our physical life. You know, it's almost like we're here on a different level than most people, and that is not accepted, and that has been people who are sensitive are brutalized intentionally. A lot of things happen to us, but we're a part of that, and we have to take our lessons and take our bed and walk. You know, it's like, and how can we make that fun? Our beds are fun, you know? So let's send a bunch of love to our own bodies, our physical bodies. Send a bunch of love to that screen of 12-stranded DNA, and just let that 12-stranded DNA kind of go into the whole globe. This picture of this crystalline matrix of the natural world, you know, the original earth worked in harmony, and still is. That's its physical body's homeostasis is part of the beauty of this planet, is balance, and how diversity creates that balance through unity. And so that every cell is diverse and unique in itself, but it works in the unity and the harmony of your body. And that's the same with us as sovereign human beings, free will human beings, choosing to love, choosing to bring in light, choosing to be aligned, and allowing the divine to be the principal producer of our life. And how that will create our layer of the world through love and light, and heal some of the damage that has been done to our consciousness. So take a deep breath. Allow love and light to permeate your aura. Check out your first chakra, ground it, clean it out, heal it. Just see if there's any blockages in your structure of your world. If there's any fear lit up, and just allow that fear to go down your grounding cord, down to the center of the earth, the great recycle furnace that will cleanse that energy. And then look at your second chakra, your feelings, your physical desires, needs, and excitement, enthusiasm, and just allow this excitement to fuse into your second chakra. Your creations, just heal any aborted creations that you may have been creating and never worked out. Just allow those to go down your grounding. And any energy and any criticism for forgetting about some of the things you wanted to do, just allow that to ground out. And then your third chakra, make sure that all these chakras or these energy systems are clear of any other cords or energy that are trying to influence you. Just imagine you have big scissors and kind of pruning around your aura, all over your aura. You know, I mean, some of you might have like thousands of cords because you're globally focused, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just, it's hard to create your own layer of the world when you have thousands, even millions of cords battering at you. So just prune those cords, be a sovereign cell with your membrane of your cell very defined, so that you can bring in love and light into your body, but not have to take the fear and the manipulations of others, that we have been controlled as a species for thousands and thousands of years. So just allow that sharing, and open up right at your solar plexus, open up that energy center, just so that it's a shining sun upon this world, and that you're validated for who you are. And then your heart chakra, allow that to expand. And through that, there's divine energy going, spreading. It's not your energy, but the divine force is coming from your heart, radiating throughout your layer of the world. Feel supported, feel grounded. Allow this energy to be constantly coming into you, reinforcing who you really are and how you're here to create your reality, and a reality that sustains beauty, love, graciousness, gratitude, and happiness, and joy, and inspiration. Many blessings and aloha. Thank you very much. This has been Quantum Timelines, another dive into the deep. I'll see you tomorrow to Transurf in 78 days, and tomorrow will be 28.